Hello and welcome. Welcome to the final show of the week. We're here Monday to Thursday, 8 till 10. But over the weekend, if you want to catch the best bits of this week, and there's been some best bits, then check out the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast. That's what I want you to check out. YouTube as well. But check out the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast, pop it in your ears, and then listen to it if you're out over the weekend. Tonight, we're talking buying worms. That's right, we're going to buy some worms. Sure. And also, I want to find out what you guys are up to over the weekend. But first, Facilia. Or Pacilia, if you just read it off there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, on. Done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, elephant poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, all right?
Are you going to get composted, Lee?
Yeah, We've got an intro, peeps. Oh, yeah. We're really coming on well, aren't we? We're really coming on well. You can watch on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Watch the full show in all its glory right here, 8 till 10. Good evening, Ian. Welcome. You can comment as well. And hey, you can call in 07 423 574 520. You think by next year, around this time next year, I should know that number absolutely off by heart, shouldn't I, right? Also, if you want to be literally zapped into the conversation, there's a link up on your screen right now. Just click it. You have to go through a few little bits. Really simple. Don't have to sign your life away. Don't worry about it. And then say hello. Tonight we are buying some worms. I know we promised it yesterday. We're going to buy some worms. That's coming up. Big time. Also, I want to find out what you're up to because this is the last show of the week. We don't do a Friday show because it's Friday night. It's Friday night tomorrow. So I want to find out what you've got planned for this weekend. It has usually in this studio, phone lines are open. Usually in this studio, it's boiling. Tonight, a little bit chilly. I thought SJC, Mr. Cameron, promised a heat wave. I don't see no heat wave. You see a heat wave? I don't see no heat wave. Got a cup of tea with me tonight. I've had a right old weird day. By the way, phone lines are open. Click on the link if you want to tune in. A right old weird day today. Sort of felt like I've sort of gone back into the time before that time that we don't really want to talk about. Lockdown. Don't talk about lockdown. We don't talk about lockdown 2 either. Terrible sequel. Because today I headed back to, if you've followed the podcast before, or if you've followed what I do, followed me on Instagram before, you'll know that I tend to some pub gardens in Colchester and Ipswich, not far from me. And I went back there for the first time. Last time I went there was end of Feb, I think. I'll be honest with you, and we've done house plants on this show before. Probably not going to do them again. I'll be honest with you. Not great. And it just brought all that feeling of stress and I don't know, not stress. I don't know. Just bringing back the old routine, I suppose. The old routine of trying to keep plants alive in a pub. But that's a whole nother thing, isn't it? Right, let's see who's about anyway. Rich about. Hello, chap. How you doing? Here we go again. Nothing on tally. Well, what can I say? Welcome to Skinny Jean Gardener Show. A heat wave in London today. What's go through. Sorry about that. Heat wave in London today. It's been warm here, but tonight it's a little bit chilly. Still a little bit chilly. Sean says, this weekend I'm doing, always plugging. I'm doing a podcast called thegardeningpodcast.com on Sunday at 7 p.m. That is right after, might as well, the Veg Grower podcast at 6 p.m. This show is not on Sunday, but luckily to cover those 2 hours, that means we only need someone to do Friday and Saturday. And then we've got every single night covered. Every single night. Mark, hello, Mark. How you doing? Hope the weather stays nice for Malvern Garden Show. Yeah, it's Malvern. Oh, yeah. It's Malvern Garden Show this week, guys. Starts Saturday. Not there. I'm not any shows this year, I'm afraid. I didn't feel. Let's not go into it too much. I just didn't feel like, especially the shorter shows that I'm doing. I actually have spent quite a bit of time just getting my show ready. In fact, I've got a weekend coming up. I'm getting away. Getting away for the weekend. Just me, a tent, a kayak, and a bit of paper. And I'm just writing the show for next year, just trying to make it a little bit COVID safe. I know we weren't going to use that word, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. And that's the reason I shall not be Malvern. But I bet it's going to be a good one. I've seen the lineup. It looks like it's going to be Carol Clan of the Malvern Show. She's going to be there too. But not Lee Connolly because he's too scared. But he will eventually return. Ooh. Even though I haven't all the worms yet. We're only 7 minutes in. That's the climax. And we'll get to them worms, mate. We're gonna order some worms. I'll talk about it in a minute. Let's just get through some comments. Cheers for the mention, bud. No worries, Mr. Suggett. Great show Mr. Suggett does on a Sunday at 6 p.m. Go check that out. I think his American friend might ring him this Sunday. Who knows, though? Team AK will take Fridays for the podcast. Oh, that's right. Ashton Keynes in Wiltshire. I don't know why I'm so out. I've been there so many times. I started a podcast. The kids at the school are starting a podcast, which I must remember. Is it next Thursday you want me, Stu? Next Thursday you want me, right? All right. We'll make that happen. My view is that the Malvern Show is too soon and shouldn't be going ahead. Profits before people. I don't know. There's been a few shows. They had Belville or whatever it's called the other weekend, didn't they? And Malvern Show, I know the team at Malvern pretty well. And I think they'll do a proper job of it. They've got a lot of space at Malvern. A lot of space. Great team there. And I would have thought they would have sorted that sort of stuff out. Would have thought so. Just for me personally, just a personal thing. Not a lot of people are ready to go back to it. Just I'm personally not. But there you go. No, I don't know. It's not definitely not profits before people. I'm sure there's profits involved, but they're very much they look after the people that go there. So it'll be a great weekend, I'm sure. Do you remember me, Lee? Lee, when we met at Lichfield? Lichfield. Oh yeah, Mark. Oh my gosh, Lichfield is a long time ago. Lichfield. So strange. That's a good. Oh, and don't get me wrong, it was a good little festival. I do remember big crowds that weekend, if I remember rightly, Mark. Big crowds. Big crowds. If anyone's seen my entertainment show before and can just imagine a gazebo, me, and just Mark's family, I think, to be honest with you. I don't remember anyone else. Bob Flowerdew was there. Last time I met Bob. I'm sure he's lovely. I just, I don't know if we connected on quite the same level. Let me just put this cup of tea down somewhere. 0742357 4520 if you want to call him. Right. Thursday about 12:30, okay? Yeah. Can you just text me that, Stu? Can you just text me that? That'd be really helpful. At the Garden Channel of Ray. Good evening, Ray. Welcome. Welcome. What do you recommend? Here we go. Here's a question. What do you recommend? I need to write it down. That's what I was doing, wasn't it? Envelope. Always reuse your envelopes. I'm assuming my address there. 12:30. 1 second, Ian. 12:30. Thursday. Is it Thursday you say? Yeah, Thursday. Ashton Keynes podcast. Okay. Sorry about it. I'll tell you what we can do with that, Stu, which will be cool if you're up for it. Is that I can send you, very much as I send you a link to come, and I'm going to do it again now if anyone wants to come on, a link like this, very much as I sent that link, I can do that, but not live, which means at the same time we can film and record, which means we can show a little bit on the show, if you're allowed. We'll get that covered. Right, let's go back to this question. Right, sorry, Ian. Oh, we'll buy some worms in the second, or the second quarter, guys. 8:30, we'll buy some worms. Exciting times. Right, what do you recommend to grow over winter in hanging baskets? Prefer something favourite? Well, it's already been answered. Instantly was going to be my answer, sure. Winter pansies, violas. You can do some violas. The biggest thing for me is bulbs, like planting some bulbs up. It will go winter flowers, scent and train and viola. So there we go. Just said it. Violas for a hanging basket. I would suggest. Got mine from J Parker's. There we go. That's from Sean. So pansies, and I like the trailing violas. I like that. Some of that. I'm all about the bulbs, and in fact, I should really always have a notepad on me, because last year, was it last year? No, the year before that, I planted loads of bulbs up, like loads. I got sent like hundreds from my size garden. Probably a bit much. And it was such. Do you know what? It was one of those things that for kids, I was always a bit like, I must get in contact with that brand. I can't remember which one. I will have a look, because I'd love them to be part of the podcast. So I just saw Mike pop up. We're on Instagram as well, by the way. But if you're watching on Instagram, head over to Facebook or YouTube. It's much better experience. Just to let you know. Yeah, so for kids, I always said, planting bulbs, bit boring. Bit of a boring task. And they sent me a load of bulbs, and it worked because it was the best thing I've ever done with Olive. One of the best things. Because we spent a day planting all these bulbs up, and then just coming into January, February, when they started pushing their way through, it was the best thing in the morning for her to come down and check them out. It was like the first thing she did. She was like, "Oh, come on, Dad, let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look." So I'm a big bulb fan, but I suppose, you're doing hanging baskets, didn't you? Do you say hanging baskets? No, it's sort of chucks. Well, you can do them in hanging baskets, I suppose. I even paid for them myself. Primrose, says Ray. Primrose. So I don't know which Sean's jumped to Instagram. Primrose is a good one. Thanks very much, Ray. So to answer you, Ian, we've got violas, we've got primrose, and we've also got winter. I can't even remember what Richard said now. Don't tell me, Rich. I'm looking through the comments. My mind's gone blank on it. That's it. Winter pansies. Michael, Peter, Palmer, Wills. It's a long. I didn't realise that was your full name, Mike. Oh dear, that's better. Yeah, it's much better on Facebook. Much better on Facebook if you want to watch. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Ian. If you want to call in 0742 357 4520 if you want to be part of the show tonight, or if you go and check out the links on the each platform, then you should be able to zap yourself into the screen. Zap yourself into the screen if you fancy. Just chatting. Maybe you'll... I wonder what that was there. I thought it was an animal of some sort. The fox is back. The fox comes back. So yeah. Anyway. I feel a little bit off today. I don't know. I feel a little bit after looking at all these dead plants that I've got to replace at these pubs. Feels a bit weird. It feels weird being back out in the world, to be honest with you, because I quite enjoy just staying in the studio at the moment. It's not really my gig to be out and about. So I wasn't sure about today. But I'm glad I've come on. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad I've come to say hello to you lovely people on a Thursday night. How you doing, lovely people? Sickleman, another good one from Ray. We'll just have this throughout the night, just slowly popping up. Richard said, sorry, did you ask me something? Had the wife talking to me too? Oh, tell her, mate. Tell her 8 till 10's our time. 8 till 10 is just for us. I ain't drank enough water today. That might be why. Ration it. I'm rationing it tonight. See, I did that. Come back. Harvested a few tomatoes. Didn't use them tonight, but I harvested them. How's your tomatoes, Ian? Start of the week, Ian's tomatoes were green. How are they now? Sure says just spray all the dead plants with green paint. Probably won't do that. But not a bad idea. The word fake plants, especially funny enough after yesterday's show, which went down great. Thanks so much everyone for tuning into that. I loved yesterday's show. I had really great feedback from that. So thanks to everyone that tuned in for yesterday's show. That was fun. What's I going to say? Yeah, fake plants was mentioned today. Plastic plants. And I was a bit like, nah, mate. I'm not really sure. I'll price it. I've just got a price on fake plants. But I don't know if I really want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't think they want fake plants either. Hello, Dan. Welcome to the show. We enjoyed your evening shows. Thanks, Ray. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much for tuning in. It wouldn't be the same without you guys. It would not be the same without you. Ian said, managed to harvest 6 so far. 6 beautiful tomatoes and 8-2 on a club sandwich at tea time. Ain't nothing better, is there? That's actually... Now, I don't like this when this happens because when you say this, it sounds really cheesy, but don't it taste better? Don't it, though? Oh, it tastes so much better. So much better. Alex is here. What have I missed? Nothing yet, Al. 8:30. Don't know why we're keeping it to 8:30. 8:30, we are going to get out there and buy some worms. 8:30. Has Ian worked out how to get on the show yet? I don't think so, because I think he'd be on the show. Ian, have you worked out how to get on the show yet, mate? Have you worked it out? Thanks so much to all you guys that have been part of this week. It's been a lot of fun, isn't it? I'm really enjoying it. Hopefully we share the gardening love. Get a few more people involved. I've met a few new faces on here over the week. We've met Ray. Hello, Ray. Dan. Robert from last night came on the show. That was nice. Who else have we met this week? A few new little faces. It's been fun. Mark we had on. Mark's not been on before. Oh, I'm dehydrated, I think. Just not watery like Supermark's ones. That's true. Yeah, but is that bad? I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's good. Love a tomato. Tomato. Yeah, she's not missed anything yet tonight. Has Ian worked out? No. Apart from us just chit-chatting, seeing what we were up to. Is anyone up to anything this weekend? In the garden? Anyone got any plans? One of the things I'm really not happy with at the moment. And if there's anyone's got any advice on grapevines, very much be well, it'll be welcome. My grapevine, right, I bought it a few weeks ago, good few weeks ago. I think Sugget brought one cheaper, but let's not go into it. I planted them up, good compost, my own compost. Oh, we should so do a compost special next week. We've got some great guests coming up next week, but we'll talk about it in a sec. Some good compost, homemade. Oh yeah, that's right. In the hot bin. I need to top that hot bin up. It's so good. We should talk about compost one day. Might talk about it later. Probably talk about it later after the worms. Makes sense, doesn't it? Put it in good compost. The grapes that are already on it, I can't really say I grew because they were already on it. Since then, nothing. I mean, I'm not expecting to like grow up the support like Jumanji style quite yet, but it's just not. I don't know what I've done wrong with it. I'm worried, guys. I'm worried. I bought 3 grapevines. Oh, what are you showing off for? My grapevine is doing well. Took 2 years to establish it. Well, maybe I'm being a little bit. I'm only like 3 weeks in. I'm expecting something. I'm expecting like run a bean territory. Straight up, mate. Straight up. Here's a fun fact. Fun is the loosest sense of the word. 80% of tomatoes consumed in the UK are imported. Oh, makes sense now. Sorry, Alex, I read it wrong. Here's a fun fact. Just clip that out if we put this in. Here's a fun fact. Fun in the loosest sense of the word. 80% of tomatoes consumed in the UK are imported. That doesn't actually surprise me. I think a very big proportion of what we eat is been imported. I don't know if that's going to change in the future or not, but yeah. Fun fact. Ian says, if it stops raining, I'll cut the lawn. I have to do it as I don't get a free robot ones like you. I've got no comeback on that. I can't even pretend that I bought the Flymo stuff, can I really? I've got literally a wall of Flymo. Can't even pretend. It's funny you mentioned it tonight where is that? Tonight, actually today, that's also what I've done today. Took some real professional photos, guys. Real professional photos. I was actually quite proud of myself. Of me using some of the... What was I using? The blower. It's a little tiny blower. It's Pucko, it is. Tiny little blower. And a tiny little hoover. Maybe in the break after that and I'll show you it. They're really neat little bits. Really neat little bit of kids, guys. Get your hands on them. Really neat little bit of kids. Have you fed the grapevine? Negative. I've not fed the grapevine. Mine did better when I moved it from full sun to part shade. It does get a lot of sun. That is true. So maybe that could be a problem. It looks like it's wilting at the moment. I'll be honest with you. It looks like it's wilting. It's getting loads of water. Loads of rainwater. We'll talk about that. But it does look like it's losing it a little bit. Sounds like it's sulking after being transplanted. Look after it and it will be fine. Well, I'm trying to look after it. That's what I'm trying to do. why I'm asking you. It's like someone getting in a car and going, tell you what, mate, if you don't crash it, you'll be fine. Oh, cheers, Rich. And also, how can it be sulking? It's gone from a little pot to a massive pot with some of my own homegrown compost. Come on. Come on. Oh, dear. Hi, Dan. Hope you're okay. Ray. I bought 3 back. This is Ian saying. I bought 3 back end of last year, and I got a bit of growth this year. Not a lot, though. Not a lot. Maybe it's the year. Seems like every time I talk about this, it seems like we're having a bit of an odd year. Depending on what the thing is. We're having a bit of an odd year. We're having a bit of an odd year, I suppose, in weather terms. I mean, Ian's still waiting for the rain to stop to cut his grass. So, when tomatoes were first discovered, they thought they were an aphrodisiac. I do really love them, and yeah, they are. Don't know what to say about them. Hence why they called them the love apple. Did they really? Oh, we're getting loads of facts. This should be streamed straight into schools. Hello, class. Today we're talking about tomatoes. Mr. Cameron, will you please give us our first fact? Oh, hello. I won't do the accents. It's what happens when you don't call in. 074 357 4520. Waiting for my Flymo, Ray is. Oh, you'll get a Flymo? Well done, Ray. Tell him I sent you, even if I might not have. Grape roots like to be kept cool. Okay. Noted. Maybe it's in the wrong place. Maybe I have put it in the wrong place. Maybe that could be a problem. I have a garden blower. Only use it to play blow football with the grandkids. Not a bad idea, actually. I like that. Blow football. Olive loves using the blower. My grape, crazy in Polytunnel. I'm not sure where it wants to go. Oh. Yeah, well, I can imagine in a polytunnel, it goes pretty well, Ray. It's quite warm in there, isn't it? Just taking down cuttings from the grapevine runners. Right, Ray, stop showing off, mate. I can't even get mine to grow. Some plants have a good old sulk when they get a bit more room to spread their roots. But they must get over it, right? They must go like a teenager, like. And then in the end, they have to come out for pizza. Can you imagine? Pear can ripen tomatoes with an apple. Oh, you can ripen Oh, what? If you put a pear can ripen tomatoes. I think pear can ripen tomatoes. Is that a riddle? Ray, are you riddling me? Pear can ripen tomatoes with an apple. Pear can ripen. Maybe you can ripen tomatoes with an apple. If you can ripen tomatoes with an apple, Ian, don't worry about your green tomatoes. Whack an apple next to them. Sorted. Future topic, polytunnel growing. Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Ray, you'll be our polytunnel expert by sounds of it, because sounds like you know a lot about polytunnels. Right. We are 1/4 through the show. You know what that means then, didn't you? It's time for an ad break. Hey, what's going on? This stream and the podcast is sponsored by Flymo. Flymo, your life easy. My nan absolutely loves Flymo, and she was the one that first introduced me to Flymo, the brand Flymo, way back when I first got my new home. Because she used Flymo in her garden. Then she bought my mum and dad a Flymo when they got their garden. And then, when I got my garden, my nan bought me a Flymo. It's been in the family for years. absolutely love it. They're such a great product. They're quality, they're affordable, and they think about how to make it easy for you to go cut the lawn, cut those edges, and do those gardening tasks. So, flymo.com if you want to get your hands on some of their products. Plus, spend over £45 and you, yes you, dear listener, can get free delivery. Oh! Go check it out now, flymo.com. The Skinny Jean Gardener, How to Get Kids Gardening book is available right now. That's right, in all good, well, on Amazon mainly, to be honest with you. On amazon.co.uk or .com, wherever you're in the world. Amazon, How to Get Kids Gardening is available right now. It's a $9.99. Oh yes, my self-published work, $9.99. Let's have a little flick to see what you could be doing. You could be making this. Wildflower seed balls. My favourite gardening make. A little bit messy for the kids, but brings some incredible colour to the garden. There's over 30 gardening makes inside this book that you can do with the family to get outside and enjoy whatever space you've got. Amazon.co.uk. How to Get Kids Gardening. Would you like to sponsor and support this stream? Yes, you. Actually, not you, but you. Yes, you. Have you got a product or service you'd like to advertise? Then this is the space for you. You get yours truly to advertise your product in a very, very unique way. Thanks very much. Plus, get it put in front of literally tens and tens of people. There's at least 12 people watching right now. Probably more. Probably. If you want to get your product or service in front of them, then this is the place to be. Free advert, a show, plus we'll talk about it a little bit after each advert, no doubt. That's free, that's 4 times a week, that's 12 times. Guys, 12 times. If you want to get involved, if you want to support the show, it's not as expensive as you think, guys. It's not expensive as you think. Lee at skinnyjeangardener.co.uk. It is that time you've been waiting for. Oh yes, we've promised it. Maybe a week, maybe not. I'm not sure. But we tonight are gonna buy. Oh yeah, we're gonna buy some worms. Are you with me? Good. I hope you are. Right, let's share the screen, guys. Let's share some screens. You can call in anytime you want. 07. Here we go. Where is it? Share my screen. Here we go. This is from last night. Share the screen. 07 423 574 520. I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but I do. Worms for sale. Here we go. You just join us. We're buying worms tonight, guys. It's a big night for worms. If you put, by the way, the reason I should probably say actually, the reason we're buying worms now, I should have explained why. Because they're not just a pet. In fact, at one point, there's a lot of stories on worms. At one point, we were selling Skinny Jean Gardener worms. We're not anymore. I thought it was a great one. I was going to sell each worm 50 quid. We didn't get any takers. But the reason I'm buying worms is I brought a wormery. And in fact, I think we did it on this show. We brought a wormery, not this year, the year before that. I got really into it. And Mr. Suggett, I think yesterday or the day before, offered to give me some worms. He's got a wormery. He offered to give me some worms. I'm not going to take him up on the offer for the very reason of what happened last time he gave me worms. I got some worms. Started me wormery. Had a lovely time. It was going really well. Worms were loving life. I was chucking me scraps on. They were eating it. They produced a little bit of compost. Something happened. Something happened. I don't really know who's to blame. I'll be honest with you. I don't really know who is to blame for this. But I left them for a little bit. Maybe in a little bit too much of a sunny spot. It was definitely a sunny spot. And we had a very, very warm week. And I wasn't here. Maybe it was 2 weeks. All right, mate, it was a month. All right? I was busy. I was away. And I remembered me wormery. I come home. I remember me wormery. Opened the wormery. I didn't want to have a rummage, but they hadn't been eating anything. I did have a little rummage. And I didn't find anything. Now, as Sugget has just put in the comments, they cooked. They might. I don't think they did. I think maybe they escaped. Seems like a better way to explain it to, at the time, a 4-year-old. Because this was our pet. Olive's pet was worms at that time. She didn't ask for them, but that was her pet. I think they escaped. They probably escaped. But anyway, since my recent garden makeover, the wormery is back on. Tonight we're going to buy some worms. If you've got any advice, maybe you've got a wormery, right? Maybe you've got one. Or you've got any advice on worms, phone me on 0742 357 4520 or click the link in the comments. It's streamyard.com 6JFFRCT. Sound really catchy. Click the link. That will take you through to this screen and we can chat to each other. Worms won't live in a hot bin. Just too hot. Yeah, they weren't in a hot bin. What's happened here? She wants to change his name. What's going on? Hang on, here we go. Hello.
Hello, mate. It's Mark from last night.
Hey, Mark. You right? How you doing?
Yeah, good. Wormeries. Oh, fantastic idea, mate. Fantastic idea.
Have you got one?
I haven't got one, but I can recommend some people. Wiggly Wigglers. It was number 2 on your Google hit list there. They're based in Hereford. They've been doing it for a very, very long time because I kind of got to know them when I was digging trees in Hereford when I had a proper job working in a proper nursery, actually doing some hard work. But these guys have got a wealth of experience and I'm sure you get the best of service from them. Have a look at their website and see what you think. But I'm sure they'd be able to give you very good advice. It's not something I know a great deal about, but worm cast compost is basically whatever you feed them. There's the old phrase, garbage in, garbage out. So if you feed them really good, diverse range of scraps, then you get really good quality worm cast compost. Back about 10 years ago when worm cast compost sort of started to come out, it was very variable because they were feeding the worms not a diverse range of nutrients and sort of scraps. But nowadays it has got a lot better, and there are a few sort of worm cast composts out there that work very, very well.
Got ya.
But Wiggly Wigglers, mate. That's the place to start, I think.
It's a good point, mate. You should get some worms for the kids.
It's a good idea, actually. Yeah, no, it's a really good idea.
Have you got any pets, Mark?
No, we haven't. And Monty really loves insects, and it's a bit of a crazy sort of thing to admit, but I'm scared of insects, and I also used to be. My first job out of college was a biocontrol consultant working for Copper. So I sold beneficial insects. I sold ladybirds to eat aphids. And I'm scared of insects.
Not ideal.
It was a bit of a mad thing, but it's that's a really good idea. I think I might as well actually get a wormery.
Yeah, because I'm not really a pet person. I'll be honest with you, but
Right.
So
okay.
I'll find anything but pets to try and like. Even I'll fly my lawnmower. I've tried for a little bit when she was younger. That was a pet.
All right.
When we
Okay.
had worms come along, mate, that was a good one. That was a good time.
Yeah. No. It sounds good. But yeah, we're probably going to get a dog soon for Monty, the first one. But at least we've got artificial grass, so he's not going to make a mess of it.
Who's that?
Oh,
Oh
I hate
dear,
that
mate.
stuff.
All right, dude. Thanks very much. So I'll definitely
Yeah,
check
no
them
worries.
out in a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Take care, mate.
Nice one, fella. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Mark there. You may have heard him yesterday. If you're ripping up artificial grass, he'll give you the grass seed. There's a limited time offer, but it's there for this podcast, guys. Right. Wiggly Wiggers. Right, okay, we'll do it in a minute. We'll definitely go and check them out. I heard them yesterday, actually. On Mr. Perry was on the tally, and he mentioned them. So that's good. Right. Well, right. Worms can't live in a hot bin. I know they can't live in a hot bin. Although I think I have got some in my hot bin. Crazily. I don't know how they got in there. But they're not in a hot bin. They're in I brought an actual wormery for them, all right? There's an actual wormery. It cost me 60 odd quid. Flipping heck. 60 quid for a wormery. Or a worm grave at the moment. Why can't you use worms from the garden in a wormery? That is a very good question. And tonight, Robert, we'll hopefully find out. I've always been told, you can't use worms from the garden. Maybe they're too posh to live in a wormery. You have to buy special ones that you can't really handle. They're like prima donnas of worms. But that's a good question, which I don't know the answer for. But you do have to get special worms. I'm sure someone on the group might know. I've got slow worms on my allotment. Let's not talk about slow worms because I've never seen one. Never seen a slow worm. I sent a picture once. I think it might have been the Sugget. I put a picture out there. Actually, it weren't. It was long before. One time I thought I saw a slow worm. It wasn't. It was a wiggly, widgy bug thing. You know, the sort they eat on a celebrity. Yorkshire worms had a good advert in a magazine. Yorkshire worms. Beetle poo is in at the moment. What, like fashionable? Seen a lot of beetles about recently. Saw one in me water butt the other day. It's a bit sad. And a moth. Bit sad. Wrong type of worms. Slow worms, yeah. Okay, right. Let's have a little look then, because I want to find out. You can call in, by the way, if you fancy calling about this and joining me while I try and find some worms. Then let me know. Call in 07423 574 520. It's going along the screen, isn't it? Or click the link. You can zoom in. I think we can zoom in together. I think you'll be able to see it. Do you want to call in? You can call in. Well, let's have a little look then. Oh, look, Yorkshire worms at the top. We'll check both out. Let's check out Mark's suggestion of Wiggly Wigglers to begin with. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I've never bought. Here we go. Composting worms. That's what we really want, isn't it? They come in a bag. Okay. Composting worms and bed and block. I don't need a bed and block from, do we? Garden worms. You can just see. They really need skinny jean garden worms, don't it? Really. But a wormery rescue kit. We're beyond that. We're beyond the rescue kit. A turbocharger worm power. 500 grams. How much do I really need of worms to get kicking? Oh, you can get 10% off. It's not an advert, this. We're just having a look to see. Right. Here we go. So, composting worms. 20 quid. Here we go. All right, they really want me to sign up to that newsletter. Our composting worms are a mixture of species, mainly reds and dendras, selected on their composting ability. So I'm guessing that there's a certain type that's really good at composting, like the Arnie of composting. They're known as tiger worms. Oh, you've heard of them. All work really well in your wormery, and we use a mix, as some worms prefer slightly more acidic conditions, so a mix is beneficial. What's that mean? It's somewhere like sacrificial. No, that all our worms are sold by weight. 1 kilogram of composting worms contains approximately 2,000 worms. They're not sending me 2,000 worms, are they? Oh no! Look, here we go. No, 2,000 worms is 50 quid. I don't think I need that many worms. It's only a little composter. Ray saying, yeah, tiger worms. Okay. Right, 20 quid. And they'll come in a bag by next week. It'd be good, Andy, if it comes during the show, wouldn't it? Right, okay, there then. Right. Thanks for the advice on that one, Mark. You can also get extra kits. What are wax worms? Live and dried mealworms. Crikey, they do all sorts of worms, these wigglers. All sorts of worms. Right, okay, so they're composting worms. 20 quid for them. Right, let's have a little... Ray said Yorkshire worms. If anyone's got any... No, hang on, what's happened here? Oh, it's broken. Hang on. If anyone's got any advice on how to look after worms, you'll very much be welcome on the show in the next 10 minutes. Here we go. Oh, no, hang on. Technical difficulties here. You are watching live worm buying. Sorry, so Yorkshire worms. It's taking a little bit of a while to load up. Okay, we'll wait for that to load. Here we go. So lobworms, are they what we want? Is lobworms what we want or not? We've only got 3 types of worms. I'm guessing. No, they're fishing worms. We don't want fishing worms. These are fishing worms. Ah, here we go. Composting worms at the end there. Compost worms. They're live food. I don't want them ones. And they're out of stock. Or maybe we've gone the wrong worms. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Compost worms for sale. Right, here we go. Right, let's get some tiger worms. A little bit cheaper. 375 quid. How big a bag do they sell? If you want, like 1 kilogram of worms is between 1,000 and 2,000 worms, which means you'll get about 30,000 worms if you go up to the highest one. 285 quid. We're not going to do that today. For 250 quid, I think it's 13 quid. Can anyone remember what it was on Wiggly Wigglers? How much was it over on Wiggly Wigglers? Do they sell them on Amazon? It's a good question. Right, someone remember, about 13 quid on there. What was it on Wiggly Wigglers? Someone must remember. They can't sell them next day delivery, can they? Compost worms. Can they? Here we go. Oh, composter. Except cricket. They do. They sell them. Oh, they actually do. Well, that's about 50 grams there. Kilograms, crikey. About the same price. They've got some on Prime. They've got some. We'll get them by Monday. No way. With pretty similar prices. You're not getting any cheap. That's the sort of compost I've got. Sort of. That was £92, that one. You're not really getting a deal over on on the Prime. I know a few people have got composters with glass bits like this. Okay, you're not ready. We're talking about 15 quid, aren't we? How much was they on Wigglers? Wiggly Wigglers? Buy the smallest one and cut them in half. No. Just no. Did it sell on Amazon? They do sell them on Amazon. We're talking about 15 quid. I'm going to drop. What are they on Wiggly Wigglers? I might go back now to Wiggly's just to make sure. £7.50 there. We almost bought live bait. That was handy, wasn't it? That'd have been awkward when that turned up. They're not really doing it much. Oh, and then we're looking at about 20 quid over on Wiggly Wigglers. All right. What do you reckon I should do? Guys, what do you think I should do? I don't know what to do. Anyway, getting into it. Getting into some wormeries. We're going to make it the family pet. Back once again. We're going to care for them this time. Put them in a bit of shade. They just really, all the soil dried up, so there was no moisture for them. No moisture. Poor old worms. But once on, funny enough, once on Blue Peter. I was on Blue Peter once, guys. Once on Blue Peter, me and Dale made a wormery out of some old drawers. It was a pretty decent idea, actually. I don't know if we come up with it or not. I think we did. Say we did. And we made, right? So it was a 3-bit drawer. I'm sure there was a plastic screen on it. I'm sure there was. Top one was where you put your scraps. Then there was a bit. I can't remember how it went. Then there was a bit for dry. Or was it just all 3 layered? Anyway, one of them had like a plastic screen that you could see in it. I'm sure if you go to the Blue Peter Garden now, it would still be there. Someone's probably nicked it, but we made a wormy there. I hope they kept them. I hope they looked after them. Gutted if they didn't. Right, so it's up to you. I don't know. Amazon Wigglers, or Yorkshire's. Yorkshire's is cheaper, isn't it? Go to a break. You go to a break. We're buying worms here. Go to a break. Am I buying Wiggly Wigglers just for the brand? Am I buying a brand of worms? And then I don't want to go on Amazon and, then be bashed around in the back of a van. But then do I want worms coming from Yorkshire? I've got nothing against Yorkshire. I should make that clear. Oh, right, okay. Right, let's hit the button. Let's do it. I'm going to buy some tiger worms. I'm going to get them from Yorkshire Farms. Right, $2.50 for 13 quid. Right. Add to basket. Right, let's go to basket. Then, is it free? Oh, see, it's coming. £4.75 delivery. All right, okay. Get it fast. If ordered before 12 noon Monday to Thursday, we've missed that. If what? Oh, standard shipping. Oh, okay, right. It's free. Oh, free. Standard shipping. All right, okay. Did I order the right ones, didn't I? I ordered $2.50, didn't I? Yeah. Right, let's do this. Let's do it live. Let's do it. Let's do it before the ad break. We've got 6 minutes. Phone if you fancy. Right. Name. First name. You can't. Let me just check. You can't see this. Imagine. First name. Lee. Lee. Don't know who it is. Skinny Jean Garden. That guy. Who? Street name, street address, and house number. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Colchester, I'm gonna live in Colchester. Number. I won't leave this one. Just in case. And then email address Lee at Skinny Jean Gardener. .co.uk. Right, good. 13 quid. Oh, proceed to PayPal. I don't think I've got my PayPal deep. Come on, don't make this hard. Delivery instructions. Post through letterbox. Okay. Delivery comments. I don't really want to post through letterbox. Leave round back about it. Over. Oh. Behind. My composter. We'll have them go straight into the hot bin. Okay. 4 more minutes until the break. Don't panic, guys. Stay with me. Logging into my account. Didn't even know it knew my account. Okay. Pressing the button. I'm pressing the button on this before we go into ad break. Don't make me put my card in. I don't know what my card details are. I have to get my card out. Hang on. I will not rest until. Just chat amongst yourself. Hang on. Next week. What's that saying? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Next week, guys. Show. But no other phone-in gardening show. You know, on Sunday he'll bring his worms out on the internet. Are we going to press pay? I've already got a PayPal campaign. Oh, for God's sake! Come on, come on. Where's Essex? Does it not know where I live? Come on! Got an ad break coming up. I've already selected delivery message. Come on. Oh, no, maybe I haven't got an account. Fine. I don't care at the moment. It's processing. Don't be horrible, you lot. Processing. Well, message for parcel man, do not squash. Well, the reason I changed it from posting through the letterbox is because our post box is quite high up. Our letterbox is quite high up the door. So if they go through the door, they've got quite a big drop. Enjoy your new pets. Dead within a week? Well, that ain't very nice, is it? Dead within a week? Don't be silly. I'm just holding off on the ads. We've paid anyway. Have we gone to the cart? Yeah, it's paid for. Free shipping, 13 quid, coming from Spalding. Don't know where that's up somewhere in it. Oh, that's gone. Next week, we're gonna have some brand new, awesome show pets. This stream and the podcast are sponsored by Flymo, flymo.com. I'm going to tell you a little story about Vince. Vince came into my home and basically took over all of it, not all, but the biggest gardening task, which, I'll be honest with you, took a little bit of time because usually I'm away, I'm jet setting from Birmingham to Devon, all over the country, which means that when I come home, the first task I've got to do is my lawn. Now, Vince came along and we welcomed him to the family, and now I feel like he's taken over my position in this household, which is not good. Vince, I should add, is my robotic lawnmower. Oh yes, Flymo's robotic lawnmower. Literally, you set it up, there's an app on your phone, you set it up, and every day, all week, however you want to do it, Vince, or the robotic, you can call it what you want, but ours is called Vince, goes out and cuts your lawn. Oh, made so simple. Go check it out right now at flymo.com. Spend over 45 quid, you get free delivery. You can't say better than that, can ya? So yeah, go check it out, get your own Vince. Have you heard? I've got a brand new book. It's not brand new, I know that, it was out in February, but to you, it may be brand new. How to Get Kids Gardening is available right now on amazon.co.uk. Let's have a little flick to see what great gardening makes over 30 that you could be doing as a family. Maybe you could be making stone and spoon markers, because we all know that labelling up your seeds as you put them into the soil is very important. If not, you've got no idea what's popping through when the little green shoot. That could be anything, couldn't it? Make some stone markers. Really simple, really easy, and really inexpensive. All the gardener makes in here, just literally, the costs hardly anything. I don't know how I can say that. Hardly anything, mate. Hardly anything. Come on around. How to Get Kids Gardening. Amazon. Come on out round. Would you like to support and sponsor this stream? Then you can. You can get your product or service in front of people like Richard from Littlehampton, or Sean from London, even Lisa in Northern Ireland. Yeah, we're Mr. Worldwide. I think we've got some people from Australia as well. So if you're from Australia, this is the place to be. If you want to support or sponsor the stream, then please get in contact at lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk, and your advert could be at this point right now. It's a quiet night on a Thursday night. Seems quiet tonight, guys. That's fine. Mark's called in earlier on. Thanks very much, Mark. About wiggly worms. We've brought some. If you've just joined us, you've missed the best part of the show. Not really the best part, but we've pushed a button. Next week we're going to have worms. Sean thinks they'll be dead in a week. They won't be. All right, they won't be. Good evening. I have a wormery. Phone lines are open. 0742 357 420, or click on the link and you can be zapped into the stream. Good evening. I have a wormery and had to get new worms a couple of months ago, says Owen, the Welsh gardener. See, I'm not the only one that accidentally kills worms. But for no longer, because now you guys can ask me and remind me, Lee, how's those worms doing? How's your worms doing, Lee? I'll be like, no, fine. 13 quid's not bad, is it? Stuart's had to go for the night. So yeah, there's a link, should be in your thing. You'll be able to click on and get zapped into the stream for the final hour of the show. So yeah, I've brought the worms. The reason I'm thinking a lot more about composting, so I saw Mr. Michael Perry on telly the other day talking about composting, and I've really got into it this year. I've got a hot bin, which they call the Ferrari. I think Domini once called it the Ferrari. The Ferrari of hot bins, the Ferrari of composters. And I know a few people have got them on the stream tonight, and people in the comments. It's decent. I had it for about 6 months before I actually started using it. And I honestly thought it'd be, I don't know why, but for my little Essex mind, I put Essex down too much. I blame Essex. For my silliness sometimes. I thought it was going to be more complicated to compost than it actually is. But you're basically just throwing stuff in there. As long as you throw, I mean, they say this hot bin, you can throw, if you're vegetarian, close your ears now. You can throw a whole chicken carcass, don't have to say it like that, in there, and it will compost down in like a matter of weeks. A matter of weeks, it will compost down. I've not done it. I've not done that with a chicken. I would not do it with a chicken either. Definitely not. There we go. Hello, my friend.
Hot bin composters. I've got 2.
You got 2.
I have. I got the original one, and I got the slim fit one, which has a compartment at the bottom, so you can get the liquid out.
Now, the worm juice is the good stuff, isn't it? No, the compost juice. Have you got worms in yours?
I find worms appear when it gets cold. So when the temperature drops, then I've got small red ones. I can feel a sneeze going to come on.
Oh, here we go. Hold on, everyone.
Got a bit of COVID.
Oh, crikey. I'll get my mask on.
But yes, it's nice and hot at the moment. I filled it with bark chippings.
Yeah, bark. They don't really break down bark chippings, though.
Well, they better add.
Well, on mine,
I filled it up. I filled it up to the top.
Yeah, it'll break down, mate. No, mine. Maybe I didn't leave mine in long enough. But
have you tried putting in things like meats and cooked food?
No, I was just saying, like, apparently you can put old chicken in there and it will break down, but I don't think it's a good idea to put them in there.
The only disadvantage with putting cooked food in, I've found, is foxes will get on top and they'll jump to try and get in it. And I found that the little compartment on top, the little the air vent, I've had to have that replaced about 2 or 3 times because the foxes got on top and they've tried to get in there.
Oh yeah, because they rip it to pieces with their teeth, don't they?
The same thing happens if you put a cat litter tray in there.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Plus, it smells when it gets a bit too hot.
You put a cat litter tray in your composter?
Yes, because I've got the litter, which is wood shavings.
Yeah, but it's poo.
Yeah, you put that in as well.
No. But then you're going to use it in your plants.
Yes. Our allotment site took part in a study called Pee and Poo in the City, which was run by the London School of Economics. And they went to several allotment sites in London and found that our toilet had the best quality poo in London.
Congratulations. What did you get for that?
Nothing. But we did a raffle because so many people wanted the wheelie bin full of pee and poo. So we did a raffle in the end because so many people wanted it. And the person that won it had really large pumpkins the next year.
Yeah, but would you want to eat any of them pumpkins?
I didn't partake, but
No,
I would definitely put it on to flowers and things.
Yeah. That'd be fine. That'd be all right.
But it was a study done by the university because they were helping people to build houses. They were helping a architectural firm
Okay.
develop a house for the future, and this house for the future had its own compost toilet, because apparently that's what we'll all be doing in 50 years' time. We'll be sorting out our own pee and poo.
No, not me, mate.
Cabbages like a bit of pee, so I do put pee onto my cabbages and my collies. The first one of the day is always the best.
I mean, this is a weird conversation, but isn't it true that if you put your wee around your plants, it keeps the foxes out?
Yes. And the old legend goes that it has to be male pee because they don't like the smell of it.
Manly, innit?
So yes, I have done. When you put pee onto your plants, you water it down like 10-1. But if you're
wait,
yeah, 10-1 in the morning, but if you're trying to keep foxes, I have been known to walk around my plot waving a pot of pee.
lovely.
And it's worked.
Wow, 0742 357
Oh,
if you've weed on your garden. You've got
First pee of the day is the best.
you've got a massive composter in your allotment, like a big black box. That's a composter, right?
Yes, it was. So the guy that designed the hot bin composter sold the company. Then he brought out another composter, but because it had to be different, he made this one about 4 foot by 4 foot.
Yeah.
So there's me and there's another gardener testing them out. And so far we aren't impressed by it because it's so big. And when they calculated the cost, he was asking in the region about £650. And I said there's no way you would sell them on plots because the hot bin composter, I think when it first came out, compared to what it is now, that the price has come down quite a bit.
Yeah. That's too much. Might be good for like big houses, like stately houses, them sort of things. It might be right for that.
Yes, I don't know if they're actually developing it at the moment because I was going to throw mine out, but I've decided to keep it and I've just filled it full of bark chippings.
Okay.
Mainly to stop other people from getting the bark because it's communal bark. So I was going to put it on. I was going to put it on my plot in a few weeks' time. But when I looked inside the other day, there's mushrooms all over the place. So so I'm going to leave it and see if by next spring it actually turns into compost.
Might do, mightn't it?
You could see all the mycorrhizal fungi.
Pretty cool experiment.
That's a big word to say on a Thursday night.
I won't repeat it.
Mycorrhizal fungi.
Yeah.
It's taken me about 4 years to learn how to say it.
Okay. Have you got any other advice on wormeries or composting, Mr. Cameron?
I don't know, because I can't stand worms, to be honest.
What?
They can be in there, they can do the job that they were made to do, but I don't particularly want to see them.
Oh, I like a good old little wiggly worm.
But we got loads of slow worms on my plot. We saw 2 on the weekend. Last year, I stopped counting as soon as I got to about 28.
I've never seen one in my life. Ever.
They go quite fast, despite being called slow.
They look like little snakes, don't they?
Yes. And yes, because the woman next door to me started screaming on Sunday, Sean, there's a snake. Because they can get quite like as thick as your finger. But the first time I ever saw one, I picked it up, and that was a bit of a weird. That was a weird experience because they drop their tail, but the tail carries. Yeah, the tail just fell off, but the tail carries on moving for 5 minutes. So the thinking is they drop the tail, and you go after the tail. If you're a bird, give them time to then scarper. But I swear, I stared at the bit that fell off, at the end that had fallen off. There was the end attached to the worm, and I swear I could see it starting to grow back.
No.
Because they then grow another tail.
Instantly.
Well, I swear I could see it growing back in front of my eyes. So if you've ever got to lift one up, I found out after you're not supposed to touch them because they're a protected animal. But if you do have to lift one up because it's heading for the pond or something, you lift it up by the head, and then it doesn't drop. It doesn't drop the tail.
Well, it'll just be good to see one at the moment. I'll be honest with you, I won't be picking one up if I see one, but I'll just like to see one.
Well, if I can get to the plot this weekend, and I'll see if I can find one to take a picture of it.
Snap it for me, and then post it in the post for me.
I will do that. I'm just watching your show now while I'm doing a bit of work. So it's been quite entertaining.
Cool, mate.
I'm not doing much. I'm just working on the graphics for this thing I'm doing on the weekend.
Oh, he's doing a podcast, are you?
Apparently so.
What a great idea.
Sunday at 6. Sunday
You can't
at
even
7.
get time right. Right, I'm getting you off. I'll see you later, mate. Bye, dude. Sunday at 7, guys. Sunday at 7, if you want to watch that. 6 o'clock, Sugget. 7 o'clock, Sean. If I threw a chicken in, it would be eaten by rats. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, back to the compost thing. I'm not really in to putting meats into there. Like, I don't really need a rat coming along. Rat in the garden once before. I don't want another one back. So I'm very much, a lot of green goes in there. A lot of cardboard, ripped up cardboard. And then like potatoes and bits and bobs and like that. Eggshells go in there as well. But anyway, it's surprisingly easy to do. I feel like sometimes you look. So when I got it, I looked online and said, how do you do this compost and malarkey? And I felt like it looked more complicated online than what it actually is. You just have to layer it. Just keep layering. Boom, 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 boom. And then some good stuff comes out the bottom of it. Some real good stuff. So, compost, guys. Worm compost. Hot bin compost. If you've got any advice on composting, I would love to hear from you. There's a few things you shouldn't put in compost, isn't there? See, I'm very much like green. Right, here we go. What should you not? Oh, little text there. In composters. Who's texting me this time of night? It's Stuart. Look, quite deep out. Stuart's just sorting things out on me. Yeah, right. There's a few things you shouldn't put in composters. Okay. Dairy products. Imagine. Fine. Make you feel a bit ill. Oh, I can't read this. Why can't I read this list? Fats, grease, and lard. I can't even picture them. They make you feel really sick. Coal or charcoal ash should not put in there. Disease or insect-ridden plants should also not go in there. It does actually say like meat, fish, egg, poultry, mainly because of the pest problem, to be honest with you. But in mine, I'm very much like potatoes, carrots, like anything if Sunday dinner is scraped in there. Bits like that. Like, don't make it complicated, and then just cardboard. And then if I do like grass, but the only thing is with grass, it can make it really slimy. Like really slimy. Which I'm not too keen on. Ian says, I wonder how long it will take the worms to get back to Yorkshire if they don't like your place. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. They'll love my place, mate. We're going to make a right little nice holiday home here in Essex for them. How long will it take to get back to Yorkshire? No, I'm going to make a good home for them, mate. We're going to do lots of compost. Look, if they come by Monday, fingers crossed they come by Monday. If they come by Monday, we will actually. Did I get an email through? I wonder if I got an email saying when they'll pop through. Here we go. Oh no, I didn't get an email. That's annoying. I paid for them, but I didn't get an email come through. Damn. I wonder if I put the wrong email in. Got distracted. At least I've got actual living proof that I did it. Because you guys saw it happen, right? Where's that email gone? They'll text me, won't they? Is that a problem? 07 42 37 no 35 74 520 if you want to call in for the last 40 minutes of the show. Bit of a quiet one on a Thursday. That's fine. Obviously, Worms was not a incentive to come in. Next week, guys, on Monday, we've got Captain, not James Bond, Captain Satsuma is coming on the show. I'm very excited about. Give you a little rundown of. You might be asking yourself, and I totally understand. But who is Captain Satsuma? Here's what James sent me. Captain Satsuma has landed. It's a book. It is a book, by the way. Captain Satsuma has landed. Is a first in a projected series of adventure stories for young children. Each book will be a standalone title. The content will be continuous too. His wish is to combine an essential part of child's education, reading with them, be introduced to food in a fun way at the same time, as well as food. His work will also feature content about nature, environment, and sustainability. Find out more at www.captainsatsuma.co.uk. James is coming on, who has written and self-published Captain Satsuma. Coming on Monday. I'm very excited about that. It'd be great to chat to him about kids gardening. Also, who else have we got coming on? I think we might have a busy week next week. Also coming on the show on Wednesday. Also talking about kids gardening, but very much secondary school kids gardening, is Jane from The Allotment Cook. She's coming on Wednesday. I think we might have someone on Thursday as well. That's not been confirmed yet. But if you've got anyone, we've got Charlie Dimmock, not contacted her yet. I still want to keep to the whole schools and kids gardening chitter chatter. Still going to keep to a bit of that on the show. Plus this rubbish. No, it's not rubbish, is it? Is it? 8 hours we've done this week. It's good, isn't it? It's gone fast. But we're going to have some interesting guests coming up over the next few months. I'm very excited about that. But Captain Satsuma is our first one coming on Monday. Is Captain Satsuma friends with Banana Man? We'll ask him. That'll be the first question we ask James on Monday. Can you not get the monkey farm fella? No one's heard from him, have they? I've noticed no one's heard from him. I'm not sure what's happened to him. Hope he's okay. Maybe he'll ring on Sunday. I don't know. Maybe he will. I've not heard from him. I don't know. So yeah, we've got some interesting people. We've also got other authors that are coming on in the coming weeks as well. Going to get a real nice mixture of people. But like I say, we're really going to keep to the gardening and the kids bit as well at the same time. So a nice little mixture. And the reason, obviously, is because I'm all about getting kids into gardening. It's a bit of a fact-finding mission, this podcast. So it just makes it interesting, doesn't it? A bit of a fact-finding mission for me. Find out what people do. Talked a bit the other day on Twitter. I put a little poll out and said, basically, since the documentary won't come out, which I'm really proud of. Go and check that out. It's a week now since that came out. And I said, I need to do something more. And for a long, long, long time, I've said, I don't think we should try and get it as an actual lesson. I don't think it should be an actual thing. I've sort of changed my mind again a little bit about that. Because at the moment, we're just doing after school clubs and things like that. I don't know. Anyway, I put it out as a poll. And 95% of people said, yeah, they think it should be a lesson. The one thing I don't want to do on both sides of things is, one, I don't want to just say, right, let's go see Boris. Boris, let's go sort this out, Boris. And on the flip side, I don't want to just bring out a pamphlet saying, here's some ideas for what you can do. Because I think the schools get enough of that. They have enough. I mean, we did an awesome campaign last year with M&S, or this year with M&S. But, and then things are great for getting people pumped. I think we talked about this earlier in the week, didn't we? But we need to do a little bit more. A little bit more than just that. So I don't, I'm happy to be part of that sort of thing next year, but there needs to be a bit more progress for it. Anyway, the interviews are coming up next week. I'm very, very excited. Right, I look forward. Get out of town. I look forward to houseplant evening. If you really want to do a houseplant chat, we could maybe do it. I could get an houseplant expert on, but I can't do house. I think the start of tonight's show with me saying, me saying that I didn't have a great day looking at dead houseplants around some pubs, sort of sums up my thoughts on houseplants. I've got some houseplants in my house, not loads. They look banging. Chuck them in a pub, nightmare. Absolute nightmare to look after. Why does Satsumas taste better at Christmas? I was about to disagree with you, Ray, but actually you're right. Maybe, Ray, it's because we eat so much rubbish over Christmas. This is it. This is scientific fact. We eat so much rubbish, so much chocolate. We overeat. I don't. This is not for everyone. That a Satsuma, the only goodness that we get in our body. That's why it tastes so juicy and good. There's probably an actual reason, though. That might not be it. You will need some sort of structure, but be flexible with it. What are you talking about, Ian? I'm not very good at structure, mate. Thought there was going to be a punchline to that. No, that's true. I was actually sitting there thinking, they do taste better, don't they? I wanted to disagree with Ray, but they do taste better, don't they? I thought there was going to be a punchline. Oh, right. Okay, guys. A lot of talking tonight. That's fine. I'm just happy we brought the worms. Right. Okay, we've got one more ad break coming up. The final half hour of the show. Let's do time for a cup of tea. I'll tell you what I need to do, right? I need to get a kettle in this studio so I can have a cup of tea. God, I'd love this point right now be perfect. Perfect cup of tea time. Oh, I need a cup of tea. Right. Final half of the show is coming up. During the break, tell me what you've got planned this weekend. And if I'm on my own for half hour, I'll try and make a conversation. I'll try and make a conversation of it. Can't say better than that. This stream and this podcast is sponsored by Flymo, home of the hover. I made that one up myself, but that should be their tagline. Home of the hover glide. That's my impression of a Flymo hover. Glides across the ground, so easy, so simple. I love Flymos because they make cutting your lawn and caring for your garden so easy. Plus, they've got, and I'm just looking around the corner here, an easy glide I've got here. I've got a hover vac, both are brilliant for different sized gardens. Plus, they've got a new easy store, so you don't even have to plug it in. You put a battery in it and you drive about cutting your lawn. No wires. How easy is that? If you want to find out more and see what I'm talking about, then check out flymo.com right now. This stream is also sponsored by How to Get Kids Gardening, my book, Lee Connolly's book, a top 10 gardening book of 2020. Not my words, but the words of the Independent. Also, in this book, Lee has brought together my passion of nature and wildlife, along with my love of grow your own. Not my words, the words of Jimmy Doherty, of Jamie Oliver's mate. But let's have a little flick through, see what you could do at home as a family. Maybe you could create this, a bird feeder. That's right, you can create a bird feeder just from a plastic bottle. So really simple, really cheap, really easy, a great activity to do with the kids to get outside whatever space you've got. How to Get Kids Gardening, available on Amazon for just a tenner. Woo. Could your product or service be in this part of the show, the advertising part here? If the answer is yes, I think you were thinking about it, weren't you? If the answer is yes, then get in contact at lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk. We can talk about saying hello, how you doing? Do you want this? Do you want this pen? Do you? Probably not. It's a digital world now, isn't it? But do you want to buy this pen? Then you can at Pens Are Us. That is just one example of the many advertising talents that I've got. So if you do fancy it on the stream, come support us, come sponsor us. lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk. Final half of the show right now. If you're watching on YouTube, then wicked. Maybe you've missed some of the show this week. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you've been sort of throughout it. So big up yourself. But throughout the weekend, if you're missing it, there's clips coming up. There's the best of clips. So if you missed it it's going to be on the YouTube. Is what I'm trying to say, guys. It's going to be on the YouTube. Some awesome clips from the show, featuring some of you guys. So thanks so much to everyone that's been in contact this week. It's been fun, isn't it? I've had a lot of fun. To be honest with you, today I was not sure. I said this yesterday, didn't I? I was not sure. I was a bit like, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about today. I'm glad. Glad I chatted to you. Glad we ordered some worms. I think got a long time ago now, didn't it? Just quickly back to Satsuma talk, guys. I believe they taste better because they're in season. I thought that might be the case. Not just that makes more sense than what I said. Ray says he's going to go this weekend and finish his strawberry beds. He's made 2 from 8-foot long pallet crates filled with hugler called. I need to Google what that word is. How do you say that? How are you saying that? HUGLE. How's everyone's strawberries been this year? Mine, you ask. Oh, it's a technique where mound. I did say we weren't Googling, didn't I? I've Googled. There's a horticulture. We won't Google again, I promise. So horticulture. I was only looking up how to pronounce the word, but Google's decided not to give me the actual. Sometimes you press a button. Anyway, it's where mound constructed from decaying wood debris. That'd be good for you, Sean. And other compostable biomass plant materials is later planted as a raised bed. Oh, okay. Oh, he's done a video on it. Oh, that's handy. I feel like I've got a lot to watch this weekend. Right, I've got Ray's YouTube channel to watch. Just check out my video. Am I allowed to check it out in a minute, Ray? Am I allowed to check it out in a sec? Because I could watch a little bit on here now in a sec. No one's calling in tonight. Thursday night quiet night. All by myself. Anyone tunes in now, they're going to be like, what? There's someone, right? I can see the numbers come up on the side of the screen from different channels. Someone watches on Twitch. Only one person. Every night. One person. Can't see who it is. One person. And at the end of the stream, Twitch like to say, oh, here's your stats for Twitch. You've had one person watch. Cheers, Twitch. Right. I just need to ask Ray if I'm allowed to check his video out on the stream. And then we're going to check that out. Really enjoyed finding your channel on Monday. Cheers, Ray. Oh, cheers. Cheers, mate. Says only one person on YouTube. Says only one person on YouTube. Yeah, don't call him Rich. So Sean, I'm gonna get a jingle for Sean. Sean and Rich will get a jingle. And if Ian could ever call in, I feel like I'm missing out not doing a podcast. Everyone's doing a podcast now, aren't they? Everyone's doing absolute gold. Right. That feels like a really interesting thing to do. Right, anyway, strawberries. I've done terrible this year. All we got was about... I've not got a massive bed, about a metre by metre bed, I reckon. Maybe a little bit less. Usually we get constant strawberries. Over, and over again. This year, nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. That's a joke, isn't it? No strawberries. After that, harvested them. No strawberries. I need to, guys, get some new strawberry plants. Need to get some new strawberry plants. You've only got 6 people watching and staying within the law. Yeah, we stay within the law here. There's a reason for that. And actually, we've got 7 people watching. Wait a sec. We'll wait for one person to leave. Someone's got to leave before we go on. No, it's not on Monday. We will keep it to 6 people for legal reasons. These lives are much better than podcasts. Oh, cheers, Ray. Well, if you want to listen back, then you can listen back on the podcast. But yeah, I enjoy doing these lives. It's nice to chat to you all. It's nice. I learn as well at the same time, which is really handy. I will look up YouTube videos to see what I'm doing wrong. Two things. Traffic light. I'm joking. I'm only joking, Ian. I'm only joking. Right, how much longer we got left? Right, we've got 20 minutes. Right, Ray, I did ask you a second ago. I don't know if you were about, but I'm gonna check out your YouTube channel, Ray. We checked out Dan's the other day, didn't we? I did subscribe to yours, but I've just not had time this week. I've got a little bit of time over the weekend where I can check that out. Right, here we go. Let's obviously, Ray, if you don't want me to, then just instantly say get off my get off my channel. Right, here we go. Right, you can see my sort of channel stuff. Gardening. What is it? What is your channel called, Ray? The Gardening Channel with Ray. Okay. The Gardening Channel with Ray. I must just. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I don't just want to check that I've not. I know we had Dan on the other day. I just don't want. No, I don't want to share the audio. Cool. Here we go. Right. Are we all seeing this? Is that a better view? No, this is a better view, isn't it? There we go. Right. Let's have a little look then. At gardening, the Garden Channel with Ray, shall we? So, Ray, we're looking for... Here we go. 32 minutes. We won't watch the whole video. We'll just have a little sneak peek. It's only 19 hours old. Maybe Ray won't want us... I'm going to need to get permission from Ray before I do this. Maybe Ray won't want us looking at brand new videos. We have a snippet. We have a little snippet. The Garden Channel with Ray, an allotment garden in the UK. Oh, hold on. What's happened there, eh? Oh, what's happened? I've broken it. Go back. It's all okay. Right, let's go for it. We got the okay by Ray. So I want to have a look at this. Where's these strawberry beds just gone? Here we go. No, it's not it. What's just happened? Sure, it just said it was like a couple of hours old. Here we go. Yeah, 19 hours old. Right, let's have a little.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence.
Yep, great. Little advert there, guys. Sure. Skip that. Sorry, Ray, you didn't get the dosh from that. Here we go.
Look at that one.
There's some smiles here.
Hi, I'm Ray, and this is my vegetable garden. And this channel is all about growing your own fruit and vegetables with some flowers and some projects on the way. But today, we're going to make a strawberry bed. And we've got some old crates, and we're going to make a strawberry bed out of the old crates.
Okay, let's have it,
So
right.
let me show you what we're going to do today. So you may have seen me fill up this crate using the Hugo culture method, and now we've got our second crate, and we've joined in together to make one long strawberry bed.
Now you're talking.
So
Let's get rid
So
of
I'm
it.
removing the soil.
Crikey, Ray. What is this?
We're just putting it upside down
Bring the lips down there.
into our bed. Create some good compost.
So you're putting turf
A bit more dirt.
down at the bottom. I got ya. So you lined it with cardboard. He's saying there's no video. It's the wrong video. Get out of town then. Right. What video is it then, Ray, that I need to be looking at? You say, is there a video to follow up? This is the follow up. Okay, this is the second bed. Right, okay, let's go. We've got time, haven't we? What time is it? 15. Is anyone calling in tonight? Forget it. We'll just watch Ray. Forget it. We've brought the worms. That's all that matters. We've brought worms, guys. Doesn't really matter anymore, does it? We'll just watch Ray to end the show. Here it goes. Here we go, Ray. How long is it? 17 minutes. Well, we ain't got 17 minutes.
Introducing
Oh,
Google
advert
Pixel
all the
4a.
time. Oh, there we go. We'll watch it all the way through. Don't look. Guys, don't look. Don't look at the advert. We'll wait for the advert to pass. Right, we're back on. Right, here we go. Point is taking it. The music, yeah, the music's too loud. I thought so. Loud music. Bit loud.
Please subscribe. That'd be great. Today,
Right, let's turn that down a little bit. Okay.
bit of an old crate. We're going to fill it up.
Right, Ray's gonna. Can you see this, guys?
It's quite a big space. It's going to cost a bit of money just to fill it up with compost. So we're using the Google culture method.
I love these crates, Ray.
Just going to fill it up. So it's about
Windy old day.
long and 2 foot wide. It's gonna be
Oh, he's
quite
saying skip the intro.
So we're going to do the Google culture method.
Right, here we go. Right, here we go. This is good. Right, action is happening right now, Ray. What's that? Bits of wood going down. Bits of old fence panel, like I did in the olden days. Right, good. Fences are going down. Someone's walked into their garden at home. God, where's my fence gone? So is the idea that these are going to rot down eventually, these bits of wood at the bottom? Is that the idea of it? It's all of this wood that goes in the bottom is eventually going to...
So, first of all, we put in some old fence panels. And now we've got some old bottom wood.
Right, now some old pallets are going in.
This is going to go in the bottom too.
Now so all absorbs the water. Oh yeah, because I suppose it won't dry out as much because all that wood will absorb it. Oh, it's quite clever, isn't it? How much wood do you... So all it's down to make dirt. We're all learning here, guys. Well, well.
Then we've got some old,
There's not many of us about,
some old logs.
but I'm learning. Right, now in with some
These are going to go on top.
logs. What point do we put the... What point do we put the soil in? Should be logged, really. But use what you got in the day. I'm with you, Ray. Just use what you got in the day. It's still the same thing. It's just smaller logs, isn't it? But so eventually, once this all rots down, do you dig it out, or just the goodness just stays in that bed? No, I've seen this before. This is clever.
So we've got some new wood at the bottom, and then some logs on top.
You can just join
And
us
now
in. You can
we're going to get some leaves.
now some leaves are going. You can call us in if you want. The last 10 minutes of the show. 0742 357 4520. Or we can just watch Ray.
So next to go in
Totally up to you.
is a layer of leaves.
Crikey, oh, Riley, where did you get all this from? Then you add a bag of compost to fill
Now we can see we're
the
filling it
fact
up
it's
quite nicely.
sunk. Oh, so I'll tell you what, though.
These will break down.
If you think about those stats in bed and top up with compost on top, think about like how much a bag of compost is. I initially, if I had one of those beds, I would initially get loads of compost and fill them to the top, which would probably cost a lot. Saving quite a bit of dosh doing it this way. I like this. That's good. Tap it down, tap it down. Oh, hold on.
And I'm going to use them up.
There's a bit of muck going down. There's some newspaper just dropped out of
So we can go on top.
Tap it down, tap, tap, tap.
There's my runner bean plant.
Now the run a bit.
These are just
Crikey, it's like a
tomatoes.
lasagna, this, Ray.
And we're going to stick these in.
Some groovy, hopefully YouTube friendly music, Ray. It was filled up with turf, you saw. The dug up a grass path, yeah. Makes sense. How are you feeling this? This is what you can see. Now cardboard! It's getting even higher. The layers are getting higher.
And we're going to spread that along the top,
Right, now cardboard.
covering up over the top of the beans.
I'm guessing that
Just in
suppresses it all.
case any of the beans want to resprout.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, Ray. I thought them beans. What if they re-sprout?
Cartons too.
They're guessing this suppresses it all, keeps it all down. Right, on goes the cardboard. Speed up this process. Now water. Water's going on top. Nice lasagna I've ever seen made. Right? Yeah, cardboard stops the seeds. Yeah, makes sense. Then pop it in the oven 20 minutes. That's good.
Then we can add our soil on top.
And now the soil goes on top. And then, there you go, pat that down.
So there we go. A bit more to go on top. And then that's our pallet bed. Agriculture. All done.
Poor face knackered at the end.
So here we have a filled up bed ready for the strawberries to go in
The strawberries are going in.
when they're ready. So,
Tell you what,
Very
Ray, tomatoes
pleased
are
with
looking
this.
good on the side there, boy.
and we'll take a few years to rot down, but we will top it up again with some compost on top, as when the levels drop, it's going to fill in the holes. So, yeah, good job done. And we look forward to having the strawberries next year in the raised bed.
Nice one, Ray. He's proud of it. Look at that. Wow. And for anyone, I don't know how many people are watching the end of this stream tonight. For anyone that's not really into gardening, but of a decent way. Here we go. Thank you for watching. No, thank you, Ray. Yeah! I love this music again. For anyone that has joined this stream at the very last moment, it might not be into gardening, but wants to do raised beds on the cheap without having to spend a fortune on compost, then that is an awesome tip. That I didn't even think about that. That is such a good idea. It's a shame it's such a difficult name. What's it called? What's it called? How do you pronounce it? Hang on. Here we go. Oh, no. How do you say? Just need the little person that says it. Okay, here we go. What does it say?
Q-Bell counter. 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 Q-Bell counter.
Hugo Coulter. Hugo Coulter. Hugo Coulter. Hugo Coulter. Hugo Coulter. just try calling it at the end. I don't know why it does that, Rich. I don't know what goes on with the phone. I think it might need sorting. He wants to call him about Uga culture at the very last moment of the show. It means hill culture. Okay. Well, I feel like we've all learned something tonight on the show. 1, where to get worms from. And 2, how to make beds on the cheap. Or mound culture. Yeah. Such a great idea. Why does Sugget keep miscalling me? 3 minutes at the end of the show. He's left me for 2 hours. Don't think your phone's working. It's really struggling on full signal, no signal. Full signal, no signal. Currently 2 bars. Not promising it's going to stay on 2 bars. Two minutes left of the show tonight. Right. There we go. Hello.
Hugo culture.
Hugo culture.
Hugo culture.
Second.
Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo culture. That's what I said, wasn't it?
Culture.
Yeah, Hugo culture.
Thank you. This is your friendly pronunciation to it.
Right. I can so do with one of them. that sort of service needs to be done in the garden industry full stop. With any Latin plant names. We won't get into that tonight. Right, 1 more minute left of the show. Thanks so much to everyone that's joined on the comments. You know, sure you could have called in. That would be nice. But your comments keep the show going for the full 2 hours, which is lovely. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. If you fancy sharing this to your mum, to your nan, to your friends, that would also be helpful. Let people know about the show. Bring in some more peeps. Remember, Sunday at 6 p.m., Mr. Sugget has his show, where you can also call in. And then a new show at 7. New at 7. It's Sean James Cameron, who is bringing. I'm not sure yet. We know one. I think it's a gardening podcast with videos. I mean, we sort of stole that little idea at the end there, but it was always nice to see what Ray's got going on. So yeah, check that out at 7, 6 and 7, 2 hours of gold on Sunday. Make sure if I can't video call Monday, I'll ring. All right, Ian's ringing on Monday, guys. Also Monday, Captain Satsuma is coming on the show, and Jane from the Allotment Cook on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Guys, 8 p.m. on Monday. I'll be back with some of this, this ultimate gold. Thanks so much, Facilia. Or Pacilia, if you just read it off there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, Anon. I've done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, elephant poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, all right?
You got to get composted, Lee.
Yeah,